Hello people! This is a short sketchbook tour showing some drawings I did when I was in quarantine due to being hit by COVID-19. So what does an illustrator draw when he's down with illness, you might ask? We will see now in this sketchbook tour here. A really nice sketchbook actually from Hanemühle. Great quality. My fiance gave it to me. It's her old study book from landscape architecture. And there was a couple of spreads left in it and she was about to throw it out. And I was like, wait a minute, don't throw it out, please. I can use it to draw in. And we have some of the first drawings I did in it actually. Also, I think we have a script here from one of my earlier YouTube videos. But you might notice that it has gray pages in it. So actually it's perfect for drawing in with different colors such as maybe black and white, because then you can use the white to kind of create highlights and play around in that way. Anyhow, let's go to the first spread. I also have a horse down here in between her notes. Yeah, this is the first spread. And this is a quite weird face drawn from imagination here, and I was very much into figuring out light and shade at this moment here. You can also tell I have been doing some eye studies here and a nose and some lips, trying to figure out how does the shade fall when the light comes from above. Quite happy with the mouth here. The eyes are very off. Looks a bit uncanny, I think. We have a little COVID-19 fella down here. And these are some drawings from a film I saw with half an eye. I sometimes like to do this, just watch a film or maybe a TV series and then just sketch what I see. You get these, sometimes you get these quite amazing movement drawings. Next page. A couple of knee and feet studies over here, trying to simplify the anatomy of the foot in terms of a triangle. And this is really helpful if you want to kind of advance into more complex things of the human figure or anatomy in general, to simplify things into geometrical objects. Up here, this is a self-portrait of me when I was like, not peaking, what's the opposite of peaking? I was in the dump, let's just say it like that. I was down with COVID-19 and yeah, had a couple of rough nights, couldn't sleep, had a rough cough, I remember. But I managed to do a self-portrait where I really look ill and tired. It's a quite nice effect with this orange pen that I used, and then in combination with the black fine liner, you get some kind of interesting three-dimensional effects. Down here, this is my daughter. This is not at all the way she looks in real life. It's always difficult to draw a baby. She's 4 months now. And yeah, this is not her, but a study. Let's move on here. Over here we have a bunch of different things. Again, we have some things where I try to figure out light and shade. And over here, some things drawn from imagination. These two are drawn from the street, I remember. And also this guy up here. Always fun to draw people on the streets. Some more figuring out light and shade. And well, to you guys out there who are interested in light and shade, a basic rule that you kind of need to understand is there are always at least three different tones that you gotta work with. So you gotta work with a highlight and a core light, which is the blackest tone, and then you always have a middle tone, which is sort of gray. So up here we see it on the nose. You have the highlight on the tip of the nose. We have the core light beneath the nose here, beneath the tip of the nose, and then we have a gray tone. And this is how essentially you make things pop, the way you create the illusion of 3 dimensions. And down here we have some eggs, because I'm about to make a video where I try to explain how to cross-hatch an egg, because I've seen this requested on YouTube actually. So that's to come. I can't remember this guy where this is from. Maybe from telly. Couple of more anatomy studies here. This was a drawing I made, a copy I made of a student of a drawing academy, a school about drawing. I really like how the person captured the foot here. And a guy holding some books. Maybe it's me holding down the pressure. Again, foot, leg, figuring out light and shade, all that. And I don't know, this leg becomes, this is a COVID-19 leg, I think. Infected leg. Quite happy with the ear down here. Nice and organic. And we have a couple of fish. This must be from the telly, I think. And a guy up here, also from telly, I think. I like the effect of using a fine liner and a marker to play around with shade. And this is what happens when you start drawing a lot of cross-hatching and trying to figure out light and shade. You begin drawing really weird looking sheep on boxes. Some more egg studies. The thing I talked about before, highlight, core light, and middle tone. 3 tones in all. That's what you need, basically. A bit of construction drawing here. I like this little fellow over here. And a drawing of boots, or a boot. Again, trying to play around with light and shade. More anatomy. Here you can tell the simplified construction of the knee. This is very nerdy, I know that. To some of you out there, this might be really boring, but it is quite interesting how the knee works. And you see the ligaments here that kind of covers the kneecap. And anatomy is like one of those things that I can keep studying anatomy, and it's always still a mystery to me. It's the gift that keeps on giving. But yeah, I think it's good sometimes to go and dig deeper into such things as anatomy, because I can really tell that you get a deeper sense of construction, and you get more life into your work. And over here is something completely different. I like this fella up here in the corner. And these 2 characters might be a couple of characters in a new project I would like to start here in March maybe, or February. We have my daughter again here. She still looks kind of creepy. And a small, old school, can't remember the word for this one. LPs. Couple of drawings of buildings. I don't know. I think some of these are from Instagram actually. I'm trying to get better at drawing buildings, trying to be more aware of drawing rooms and buildings, because this is a thing that I haven't done so much. I'm more into drawing, I think, like a mouse. This was, I believe, like one of the really dark days during my quarantine. Like down here, you can almost tell that it's really, I don't know what to call it. Weird, tired drawings. But I'm still trying to keep up the good mood by drawing some characters for a children's book. A doctor. I think he's going to look like something like this. Looks pretty doctorish. Still, you can tell, down in the dumps. This is a skeleton drinking chamomile tea, because I was drinking a lot of chamomile tea, trying to get better. And over here we have the man with 1,000 wrinkles. Could be a children's book, I think. Couple of drawings. Scene from the telly. Oh, and this was from the day I remember that I was out of quarantine again. I was out of my isolation, and these kids are drawn from my local library from imagination. And I remember these two kids, very characteristic. One of them looked like a very young Harry Potter with just blonde hair, and the girl was also very cute. And this is kind of fun gesture she did, pointing at her mom, I remember. Spread here. Some fragments from watching the telly. I think this was from the series called Landscapers. Very interesting and very playful way of telling a story, I think. Yeah, fascinating story also. Cruel, dark story, but fascinating. These were drawn with a China marker, blue China marker. Playing around with some characters here. I think this is a really nice. I like this guy. There's something about him, also this guy. Couple of more China markers. This was somehow a self-portrait of me lying on the couch, just like stuck like a robot that needed something to recharge my batteries. A couple of sketches for a new draw along video. Drawing a sloth. A sloth is just like one of the most fun animals to draw. Just looking at it makes me happy. It has this, I didn't know that it has unseen in profile. It has this really long, like sort of mullet kind of haircut. And one day when I was studying it, I was just having a laugh just looking at it. Makes me so happy. What do we have here? These were drawn from a fashion magazine. Great way of studying clothes and drapery, actually. I don't know, there's some kind of volcano thing going on over here. Can't remember. Sorry. A snake sneaking around on a page with my fiance's notes. And these are some memory drawings drawn from my fiance's nephew. And he's in that age where there's a lot of things going on. Very active kid. And I've always found it fun to draw in. And yeah. It's fun drawing kids. They have these amazing gestures. This is him scooping his way on the floor. And the last page here, I don't know. This was for a children's book that I was supposed to work on in January, but because of COVID-19, this was postponed. But this is, I believe, The Doctor. And yeah, this was really a wild mix of drawings. But I think that when you're in quarantine and isolated, you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to go crazy. Another one for the collection. I hope you found this little sketchbook tour interesting. And until next time, have fun drawing.